All right, it is Monday, January 9th, 2023. Yes, 23, 9 days in. Tomorrow's the 10th. And the 10th is kind of a big day. Why is it a big day, you might ask? Well, or maybe you're not asking. But I'm going to tell you. The 10th is the anniversary of the launch of DigiByte. That means that blockchain's been running nonstop for 9 years as of tomorrow. It was just yesterday I was talking about Litecoin being running for 7 years straight uninterrupted. Now, it's over 11 years. And now we have DigiByte. 9 years running nonstop. Pretty important for a proof of work coin. Good luck doing that now. A proof of work coin right now, if you launch it, that's tough. You know, to get it decentralized to where you've got not one group mining more than 50% and controlling the network. It's a rough thing to do right now. So kudos, shout out to DigiByte, shout out to Jared Tate for inventing it. And right now, just a little stats on DigiByte. You know, as I said, it's been running for 9 years as of tomorrow. But 2014 is when it was launched, January 10th. But there are 21 billion coins. So the idea, I think, was to make it more liquid than Bitcoin, have more coins available. And then there's 5 different mining algorithms to where instead of, one mining algorithm, SHA-256 for Bitcoin or one for Litecoin script, no, there's 5 different ones. So the thinking in that is it helps decentralize it, because if one group of people has kind of a monopoly on the type of equipment that mines that particular language, they can use that in full force and kind of control the network, and that's not good. So by having 5 different algorithms, you can mine it 5 different ways. Helps decentralize it. It's hard to really take that over and gain over 50% of the mining power. So that's kind of important. But 21 billion, that's 1,000 times more coins than Bitcoin, which has 21 million, and it's due to mine out completely all those coins, I think 2035. Right now there's almost 16 billion that have been mined out, so only 5 billion left. So in our lifetimes, if we make it, we will see a proof of work coin stop mining, and then it will run off transactions, or it may even decide to go proof of stake. Depends on the community what we decide at that point. So big shout out to DigiByte, one of my favorite coins, probably I would say my number 2 behind Litecoin. I drive a DigiBug, which is a blue Volkswagen Beetle, and I've dubbed it the DigiBug. So anyway, there's that. Over the weekend, we also had the Speaker of the House, after 15 votes, finally, never Kevin McCarthy made it. But he is what's called, I saw somebody say, a Sino, a speaker in name only. So there's not going to be a lot of power. I think they're going to vote on a rules package for the 118th Congress, the 2 years that they're serving. They're voting on a rules package and all the deals that had to be cut to allow him to become speaker and get the votes he needed. The thing is, as you look at it, if that rules package passes as we've been told and what's in it passes, that's a good thing, because it does really knock him down, the ability for him to control things. And hopefully we will actually get some, I don't know, progress. I don't even want to say progress, because progressives, all they do is progress away from the Constitution. No, maybe we'll get some things done that need to be done and put some limitations on the rampant out of just swamp power that position has held for so long. I'm optimistic. I hope so. But, wherever there's money, there's corruption. There's a lot of money there. That's where all money comes from. So we'll see what happens. I want to see some investigations. I want to see some of the fraud brought out, some of the corruption that's occurred brought out and brought to the public awareness. Now, will anything get done? I'm of the mindset at this point that I know a lot of people are like, yeah, that person needs to go to jail. They're criminals. Yeah, they are. But what they've done is deceive you. So essentially, a lot of these people are criminals, and they get away with it because they've lied to you and deceived you into believing a certain way and taking actions based on that bad information. What I want to see is truth. I want to see some transparency. I want to see the lid ripped off. Let's open that can of worms and let them out so we can see them all. Right now they're hiding them and shuffling them around. No, if anything comes out of this House of Representatives, which I think are good people in there, I hope that we see a situation where they excuse me, where they expose the corruption that's been going on and call it out and really show us what's happened, with this pandemic thing. Really show us what's happened with these never-ending wars and who benefits. I mean, if that happens and we just see the truth of it so that we can make... I already know what's going on. A lot of us do. A lot of you know what's going on. But I want to see the majority of Americans have it in their face, and they can't deny it because it's there. If we can expose that and put that out there, I see that as a very positive thing. It's about information. Alex Jones said it. He's got that website, InfoWars. And that's exactly what it is. And he was prescient on that. It is an info war. It's an information war. And we need the truth if we're gonna fight in that war. So I'm hopeful that this U.S. Congress, or at least maybe some of the few people in it, have enough voice and power to bring that stuff to the light, because I think that's a good thing. Let's get it out there. Let's push it out there, and then maybe we can affect some change through our actions. Because right now we got too many people acting the wrong way, doing the wrong things, and supporting the wrong entities and feeding the vampires. Need to realize that, or stop going along with it. And sometimes that takes some wake-up calls, in your face stuff, and that's what I'm hopeful will happen. Let's get it in their face so that they have to make a decision. Are you going to continue to participate? Are you going to continue to go along just to get along? Are you going to continue to feed a vampire system that robs you of your energy? Or are you going to say, you know what, enough, I'm just done. I don't even care. I don't even care anymore. Done. I'm opting out. That's what I hope to see. And speaking of opting out, you see the crypto market kind of got a little boost last night. Everything was kind of up. Bitcoin a little bit, percentage-wise not a whole lot. All the other coins, the alternative coins to Bitcoin, they call them altcoins. But all the other cryptos, Litecoin was up pretty good. DigiByte had a little bit of a bump. A lot of the coins have moved up, so it looked like there was something happened, some sort of trigger. Because I've seen that Solana since it, and to me that's like a Wall Street gauge. Where's the money when's it coming in? And since I saw Solana reach down to, like, a week ago or so, down to around $8, and now it's around 16, so it's almost doubled in the last week and a half. That tells me that a lot of the speculative money might be coming back into the crypto market. And that's what pumps the price. It just does. Litecoin's going to perform well regardless because of its halving cycle. As I've said before, June 17th is my date to when we're going to have that that pre-halving peak. Now, I'm not saying that that's it. Okay, that's it. It's only going to go to $240 on June 17th, and then it's over. It'll probably pull back, when it halves. That's kind of what it's historically done. Now, this time could be different. I don't like to say that because these are human emotions repeating. That's what these cycles are, and that's why there's similarities. And that's why they say there's a 4-year cycle. There's this cycle of emotions that we have to go through to get over the pain that's happened in the market, where people have been wiped out, the FTX, the BlockFis, the Celsius, all those things. You have to go through that pain, process that pain, and then recover and get excited again about it. So there's a process. It takes time, and that's why, the 4-year cycle kind of works. That human emotion plays out over that time period. So to think at this point that Litecoin is going to go, parabolic, and we're going to see $5,000 Litecoin or 10-to-1 Litecoin to Bitcoin or 4-to-1 Litecoin to Bitcoin this year before the halving, to me, I can't see that. Now, is there a path to that? Yeah, there is. That can happen, but I've put it a very low you know, in my mind, my heart, my spirit, you know, what I feel, I don't see that happening. But it could. It very well could. I mean, some things could happen in other traditional markets, and it could get on that path. I see it more happening probably at the end of the 4-year cycle, because we're kind of getting into the middle of it, you know, so it probably wouldn't happen until the end of next year, beginning of 25 even, before you see those kind of, you know, numbers, you know. But I could be wrong, could be totally wrong. But I'm sticking at $240 by June 17th of this year, Litecoin price. Still considerably up. What's it, 80 bucks, 82 bucks? I think the last time I looked, to 240. I mean, it could go a little more than that, even on that conservative. I mean, it could go 300. But I'm just saying, that's my most conservative estimate, 240 bucks. I'm confident it's going to hit that. I'm going to be shocked if it doesn't. I really will. I'll be very surprised. So we'll see. It's just one guy looking at charts from the past, and I don't know, just using a little gut instinct. And other than that, that's it. So do your own research on this stuff, because I am by no means an expert. I'm just kind of, you know, I've seen enough and been around, and it's just my opinion. So there's that. The other thing, this week I am starting I guess you could say a cleanse, not necessarily a fast. I've done fasts before, and I mean, for like 21 days without eating any solid food. I'm not going to do that this time. This is more of it's kind of a spin-off on the Bix and Amy Weir cleansed raw food reboot kind of thing. Theirs is initially 21 days. I'm going to slice it down to probably 9 days. We'll see how that goes. Mitch is going to do it too, so he may be talking about it on his channel. Go watch that, Mitchie's Monday, Motivational Mondays. It's linked off my website, clintwestwood.net, under community resources. You can get to his YouTube page, because sometimes it doesn't come up so well in the search. But yeah, we're going to do that. Essentially what I'm eliminating is no cooked food, just going completely whole foods, basically raw whole foods. So for instance, you know, eat some bananas, avocados for breakfast, or an orange. Organic if you can possibly get it, which is what I do. In the morning, I always have a shot, like a double shot almost, probably a triple shot of apple cider vinegar. I just shoot that, you know, just to kind of, it's good for the gut, raw, organic apple cider vinegar. So I do that every day. So I've kind of been migrating into this already, but right now it's just a matter of no booze, no cigars, which I haven't had any of those since happy hour on Friday, either one. And that's typical. I'll usually just drink on Fridays for happy hour, unless something comes up. But yeah, I'm not in the, I don't know. So I'll do that on Friday. So this Friday happy hour, I will be drinking water, I guess, or maybe something else. The caffeine is the only thing. I don't know if I'm going to cut that out. I have not had any coffee today. The last cleanse I did in 2019, I cut the caffeine out, cut the coffee out. And it's just a horrible headache on like day 2 to 3, just really rough. And then I didn't drink coffee for a couple of years, and I started drinking a little coffee this year. And now I do. I have a cup or a couple cups in the morning every day. And so I have to determine if I'm going to cut that out. I don't think it's bad for you. It is a drug. It's caffeine, and it absolutely does cause you to be addicted to it, because the withdrawals are awful. But I don't know that I'm going to give it up. So it's one of those things to where, do I bother stop drinking it for this cleanse? If I'm just going to go right back to it. So I don't know. I haven't decided yet, because I still drink the kombucha, and I think that's got a little caffeine in it. So really not giving it up. You know, even if I give up the coffee, I still got the caffeine. But anyway, mostly raw nuts. Uncooked is ideal, you know, non-roasted. Fresh vegetables, fruits, whatever it is. So you're supposed to do that for a third of the cleanse. So in this case, 3 days. The next 3 days would be smoothies. So you gradually break it down to where your body's not working so hard. So instead of chewing and digesting, then you have smoothies, which, you know, the body can digest easier. And then the last third of it would be just juicing, to where it's very easy for the body to process that, and out you go. Mostly just for the nutrients. But what I realized last time in the cleanse is and any fast or cleanse that I've done in the past, is that it does awaken your senses, not just smell, taste, but really kind of your spiritual sense too. You will have heightened awareness. And that's kind of what I'm going for, because, I'm just going to be eating like crap, put on too much weight, and I just want to kind of get rid of that. I don't know. I can just tell I don't feel as good. And I want to feel better. So that's why I'm doing it. I may do 9 days, maybe 12 days. We'll just see. I'll add 3 days at a time, depending upon how I feel at the end of the 9 days. So I will be updating y'all on that, the progress of that. I tend not to be hungry after about 3 days of eating raw food. You just kind of get tired of eating, and you'll start to smell different types of foods that you used to eat, and you're like an animal almost. And it's just got a different smell to it because you've been away. I don't know. It's just got a heightened awareness, and you just don't want to eat it. It just doesn't smell good. You just don't want to. I don't know. Your body resets, and you know what's good by kind of looking at it and definitely smelling it. So we'll see what happens. I usually can't smell skunks. Rarely I can, and if I do, it's really bad skunk. My wife can smell it, like that. My mom too. Both smell that stuff. But when I go on a cleanse, I can start smelling it again. I'm more aware of that. So, all right, that's what I got going on. The crypto markets are looking good. Just, don't get crazy and FOMO into stuff when it starts pumping. I mean, the key is, do your own research on what coins are good and you don't mind holding for a long time, 2 years from now. So I think that would be a good philosophy. And that's really it. I think that next bull cycle, when it really goes stupid and goes way up in dollar price, and these things suck in all that human emotion and energy again, and you get that FOMO, that fear of missing out, everybody wants to get into it, you're going to see that in 2 years from now. Maybe a little sooner, but pretty confidently in 2 years from now, you're going to be, if that's your timeline, it's not that long. I mean, it's just not that long. Crypto goes so fast and the cycles repeat so quickly that, don't sell when it's low. Just like that philosophy, buy low, sell high. If you're in it for an investment to make money, to buy things that make your life better, then, wait for those big cycle runs. And I think you're going to see some pump action, I guess you could say, into, especially with Litecoin, and that's going to pull some things up with it. But I think you'll see Litecoin do really well between now and June. And I'm thinking June 17th is kind of the date where it'll go well. Now, it could be, give or take a week or two. I don't know. But that's just what I put on it. That's just my thinking and everything I've looked at. All right. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Trust yourself in these markets. Trust yourself in this world. Trust yourself in everything you see. Use discernment. Some people might look like they're, doing the right thing. And there's so much deception out there right now. And you can definitely see it if you watch what went on in the U.S. House of Representatives, all these different characters and, switching sides and deals. You don't know whose side they're on. And that's kind of what you're at. It's like everybody's a double, triple agent. Everybody we're watching, we don't know if they're the good guys or the bad guys. It's hard to tell right now. It really is. So judge them by their actions, what they do. If they give lip service to, hey, we need to do something about the border after 2 years of being in office and doing nothing, probably not a guy you want to trust. It's not that hard to take care of the border issue on the southern border anyway. You just build the wall. You just finish the wall. I mean, the fact that it's not finished is an absolute disgrace. It should be finished because that solves your problem. You don't have to worry about trying to stop people from coming in, physically apprehend them. No, they're on the other side of the wall. You can let them in if you want to. You don't have to. And so it's just so absurd. What do you do if an animal starts trying to get out of the yard? Put a fence around it. I mean, you've got livestock or something, you put a fence around it so the wolves can't come in and the animals can't get out. It's simple. I mean, it's the simplest thing ever. There have to be boundaries, okay? I think we all know that. Crazy. All right, love you all. Thanks for watching. Trust yourselves. Have a wonderful Monday.